successive quarter-finals, but that first one he got was his first for 8 months.
Yeah.
108!
Maximum for the Ferret.
Made the semis of one of those events last summer. That's his best performance
100
on the Pro Tour.
He's a player who commands a lot of respect from his fellow pros, Johnny Clayton. They know how... Oh, we gave it a slow zoom in and everything, didn't we? We all got excited. Johnny Clayton with 4 perfect darts at the start of that leg. Already seen Alan Norris go 7 perfect darts into the 9. Missed the treble 19. But then for a 10-darter on double 1. Saw Michael van Gerwen do that before. I mean, ridiculous thing to do, but hilarious. And at the end of the day, isn't that the most important thing? It's a rhetorical question, don't answer.
140.
140 for Gurney. 1-2-1 needed for the Ferret. Treble 17 ball. Not to be.
57. 105.
105 may start in the bullseye. And he's looked at the 19s, so now needed that treble 18, doesn't get it.
57.
Yeah, would have left double 16, not to be, but Clayton back in the hunt here on 64. One more of those for double.
32.
Outside the wire. Darryl Gurney 48 away now. We'll try and get the scoreboard back with you ASAP, but Gurney here looking to embellish the scoreboard. One more dart in hand at double 16 now.
32.
Gurney.
Johnny Uruguay, 32.
1 from 8 on his doubles in this match so far.
Game shot, second leg. Johnny Clayton
misses with the first, but it was a great miss. It was ideal for him to just nuzzle in next to. And he does manage to level things up.
Gurney really laboured with his doubles in that opening match in Hamburg last time out, by the way. He beat Jimi Hendrix 6-1, but he was 6 from 21 on his doubles that day, and it really took him a while to get going. He had a very similar start here.
93.
Won the first couple of legs, but
the thing is,
really
Gurney
made hard work of it.
Gurney has talked. He's very honest about his game. He says the thing that separates me from the very best in the world is the finishing. My finishing is not as good as it needs to be if I'm going to be a Premier League player, which is what he has been talked about. And you know, Barry Hearn himself has said he was being considered. And behold the scoreboard. There we go.
In all its glory, one apiece.
100.
Oh, I missed you. Lovely to have you back. Well, maybe this is what Gurney needed.
Just needed the comfort. He needed the comfort of the scoreboard in the corner. Now he knows it's there.
No point throwing 180s if they're not going to flash it up on the screen, is there? Quite right, Darryl.
137. Darryl Uruguay, 88.
Lovely stuff. Double
Beautiful.
12 dart leg, 3 consecutive breaks of throw we've had here, and that is by far the best stuff we've seen in this. And ominously for Johnny Clayton, Darryl Gurney has started hitting his doubles.
Yeah, like I say, against Hendricks, it just took him 2 or 3 legs to get going in terms of finishing, even though he was a very convincing winner in the end anyway, given the score on it 6-1. And Gurney now, well, maybe if the scoreboard had been up and running from the word go, he would have been...
I'd be averaging 120.
3-0 to the good and threatening Van Gerwen's average.
140. $57.
Yeah, going to be a big summer for Darryl Gurney with that World Series bow in Las Vegas, a place he couldn't point to on a map before he was actually invited along. But he can make it an even bigger summer. You know, the Vegas thing is a fantastic thing to be involved in for Darryl Gurney, and it gives him exposure, it gives him a chance to play more big stage TV darts.
But I think his number one target will be the World Match Play.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, it's the ranking events.
The bread and butter.
Lovely stuff, double top.
84.
It would have been back-to-back 12 darters for Super Chin, but as it is, he knows he can come back and have 3 darts at top. But he just doesn't want to mess around like he had done in the first couple of legs. see this off without any bother. Yeah, no panic, no worries, and a two-leg advantage opened up.
Yeah, just looks to have settled down here, Daryl Gurney, very nicely indeed. He'll be hoping to avoid Mensur Suljovic this weekend. Suljovic has done for him in each of the last two European Tour events, both by a 6-5 scoreline in the semis in Gibraltar and then in the last 16 in Hamburg.
And he's a player who,
a couple of weeks ago,
he did have a very good record again.
Yeah, prior to that.
Yeah. I think that might tie it up at 4 apiece, something like that. It's very close on the head-to-heads now.
Well, they've met 4 times on the European Tour over the last year and a bit, and Suljovic has won them all. But prior to that,
yeah, I think away from the Euro Tour,
yeah,
Daryl Gurney has had the beating of Mensur Suljovic, which is saying something. Because it's not just on the Euro Tour stages that Mensur is a force. We'll see how much of a force he is here this weekend when he plays his opening game in the last one of the evening session against Ronnie Huybrechts.
$137.
Keeps Gurney right there with Johnny Clayton in this leg. Johnny Clayton has made a number of Euro Tour events this year. 180 to leave tops. You cannot get a better setup than that from the Ferret. Yeah, a number of Euro Tour events this year, but he keeps going out in the second round. As things stand, that trend is going to continue. But that's a 13-darter that cuts the gap to 1.
Second leg is Daryl to throw first. Game on.
Let's not forget, Daryl Gurney has made the final of one of these European Tour events. It was at the Dutch Darts Masters at the very start of last year.
48.
His first ranking final prior to his success on the Pro Tour.
100.
Yeah, I remember him beating, not in that tournament, because I think Michael van Gogh beat him in the final. But I remember him beating Michael van Gogh on the Euro Tour stage as well, became the first person to do so in a long while.
Yeah, he did that in Hildesheim in October, in the last 16.
And, I mean, not many people were beating Michael van Gogh at all last year. I mean, the man won 26 titles.
78.
But on the Euro Tour, he was absolutely dominant as well. And Daryl Gurney, he just keeps showing more clues that he could be a top level player.
139.
You know, the old Soccer Saturday, if you be, top player, the full 3 consecutive.
You need
tops.
3 tops. Yeah.
60.
But year on year, I mean, he's just showing improvement, isn't he? I mean, we first saw him really first big exposure on CD. Made the semi-finals of the Players' Championship finals in 2015, and then last year he had that run to the quarter-finals of the World Championship, the Grand Prix as well, the World Grand Prix. And that came at a time when he was recovering from that hand injury as well, which was even more astonishing. And he was still putting in good results on the Pro Tour as well.
Tops he wants here for 4-2.
96.
And you can see he's just getting a bit exasperated. Starting to miss doubles again. Johnny Clayton's not going to punish him on this occasion, but
as you say, doesn't want to mess around too much longer here, Daryl Gurney. Just the one breaker throw that Clayton needs to retrieve.
He certainly can't afford to mess around anymore. Yeah, that is so in the middle of that. That hit the central atom of the double tap.
It did.
Game on.
Bisect that bed, and that's pretty much where it landed.
60.
Daryl Gurney's average has just crept up to around the 92 mark, but hitting only about a quarter of his darts at double. You know, if the finishing hadn't been so woeful at the start of the game, this would be up there in the mid to high 90s. And that's what Daryl Gurney, that's what you expect him to do nowadays. That's what he expects of himself. He expects, when he went and won his first title earlier this year, beat Kim Huybrechts in the final, average 107. And that is his 3rd maximum. Just the 66 in reply from Johnny Clayton. And Gurney, 50 points clear plus these, and he's piling them into the treble 20 bed now. Look at it, it's perfect. Oh, astonishing that he didn't fill it up again. But ton 80, ton 40 to leave 85 for a potential 11 dart leg. A break of throw and a 5-2 lead. Daryl Gurney,
100.
again, started slowly, a bit like Benito van der Pas, but has just moved through the gears.
Yeah.
Double 7.
Very similar performances, these two.
71.
Well, it's left him double 7. Clayton's still not on a finish anyway, so Gurney frustrated there. That's just a measure, an illustration of the high standards he's setting himself here.
14.
Well, that's blocked a lot of the bed.
No score. Johnny require 160.
Well, he was frustrated when he was left double 7. And he could have been even more frustrated there had Clayton finished the job in hand.
Well, he's going to keep... Is he keep plugging away? He's going to split it. No, he's decided to split it this time. Double 4, hit this earlier, hits it again. Yeah, just stay away from double 7, Darryl. That would be my advice. 5-2, and it looks as if Gurney will be booking his place in the third round to take on Big Ben Benito van der Pas. Now, against Big Ben, he's going to have to finish better than this, you would expect.
42.
Looks as if we're going to see Johnny Clayton once again this year do all the hard work, come through qualifying, win his opening game on the Euro Tour and go out in the second round. He did that in the German Darts Masters, he did it in Sindelfingen, the European Darts Grand Prix, did it in Gibraltar.
96.
And again, you can see the look of disgust on Gurney's face there.
100.
Little nod of the head. He looks quite angry up there.
He looks a bit wound up, I think, yeah.
He's usually a guy who tries to keep his emotions in check. We've seen him go to extreme lengths to keep his emotions in check, but he seems to be just letting his frustration get the better of him. I mean, it's not done him that much harm in the second half of this game.
61.
Yeah, he just looks a little bit agitated, Darryl Gurney, today, even though he's 5-2 to the good here, and he's left himself 1-2-6 to finish the job in hand. So this for a place in the next round, 69 away. Oh, he's actually found the big one as well, so double 6. Oh, absolutely.